threat of disaster is never pleasant.
Welcome to the Casual Preppers podcast.
These safety measures are essential.
The only place for prepping, survival, and entertainment.
This will be your source of survival instructions and information. Every member of the family must be coached in the business of survival.
Here are your hosts, Cam and Kobe.
Welcome, welcome.
What's up, Cameron?
Not much.
Man, I'm excited today because it's podcast day, and I'm always excited on podcast day.
Doesn't matter what we talk about.
No, it doesn't
Nobody
really
even cares what we talk about.
Not most of the time, no. But why don't you let the folks know what we're talking about today?
Well, you all frequent these places.
Maybe.
Most
Yeah. maybe.
people.
Most people
Unless
do.
you're in a different country. I don't know what they're called, but we're going to talk about dollar store preps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's good about them? What's bad about them? How can we use them as a prepper?
Yeah.
What kind of survival supplies, foods, things like that you can get from the dollar store that's going to be useful. So
Yeah, I think we decided that the UK version is Pound Town, right?
Pound Town.
Pound Town.
Yeah.
I think something like that.
Go to Pound Town. Get you
I'm
some-
excited, but before we get to that, I got to tell you about Battle Box. It is the monthly subscription box for men, full of solid gear for adventure seekers, survivalists, outdoor enthusiasts, and casual preppers. Each month, Battle Box sends you the coolest selection of handpicked outdoor survival and everyday carry gear, all valued at far more than what you'd normally pay. You never know what's in the next box, but here's a sampling of what users received this month. The My Medic Hiker Medic Med Pack.
That's
Medic Pack. Lots of meds.
Med pack.
The Mad Mortigan Medic Pack, something like that. Anyways, that's pretty cool because we just
It's a
looked at
really
it earlier.
good kit.
It's cool, huh? And then the Uberleben Stainless Stoker Flat Pack Stove.
Yeah.
That's something there, too.
Those are good packing stoves.
All this badassness starts at just $34.99 per month. They've shipped a lot of freaking boxes and won Best Men's Subscription Box of 2017. Our listeners get a free knife when you sign up at trybattlebox.com/casual preppers. You put it in your Google Chrome, trybattlebox.com/casual preppers, and then you just order it. It's pretty dang easy, and you put in our code. Right, Cam?
You do it.
Awesome.
I'm putting it in right now.
Good job.
Done.
Listener reviews starts now.
Yeah.
This is it. This is it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the type of podcast the prepper community needed.
Yes. So actually, this was a review for the Bugging Out podcast.
Oh, okay.
I just thought I'd throw that in there just because, we haven't really seen any of those reviews.
Oh, nice.
So I just thought I'd stick
Didn't
it
even
in there.
realize that.
Yeah, but thank you because I agree too. I thought it was fun. It was a good time. If you haven't checked out the Bugging Out
was fun.
podcast, go check it out because we produced it.
Yeah.
We got our voices all over it.
I learned stuff.
Oh,
Okay.
we both learned stuff. But anyways, if you guys want to be a part of this portion of the podcast, go to iTunes and go to Facebook. Leave us a 5-star review and make it awesome.
It's a mad, mad world.
This story I had a hard time believing was true, and I checked
saw it,
with several
but
sources.
I didn't read into it very much.
Several sources, and it was true. I don't understand people. Palmer Luckey, defense contractor and the father of modern virtual reality, has created a VR headset that will kill the user if they die in the game they're playing.
That's terrifying.
What has our world come to? Because this makes no sense whatsoever.
Doesn't.
And, he's kind of saying, like, it's just kind of to show the next level. I'm like, well, maybe we skipped a few levels because I don't really want to die
Yeah.
if I...
Did you hear that,
Yeah,
frog?
I did hear that. It was awesome. Oh my gosh.
It's one of your buttons, right?
Yeah, that's one of them. He says, Lucky's killer headset looks like a MetaQuest Pro hooked up with 3 explosive charge modules that sit above the screen. The charges are aimed directly at the user's forebrain, and should they go off, would obliterate the head of the user. I don't know.
I didn't see what it was that would kill him.
Like, I love games that have, like, they're really hard and, they got a lot, like, you feel like you're in the game.
That will make you feel like you're in the game.
I just don't want my head to explode.
Yeah. What if there's a bug in the game?
I don't know.
I just teleported through the... your head just blows off.
I guess he's done playing. I'll try now.
Oh, he died. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
about real as it comes.
that's pretty dang weird if you ask me.
That's super weird.
So that's just the thing that's going on, and the world is mad. I don't understand people.
It is mad. Here's an interesting little tidbit.
Okay.
Have you ever wanted to preserve your body or your brain
I've
for
thought
the
about
future?
that.
Yeah.
Walt Disney did it. Why
They
can't
did.
I?
Yeah, right. So in Scottsdale, Arizona, Time and death are on pause for some.
Oh.
Inside tanks filled with liquid nitrogen are the bodies and heads of 199 humans who opted to be cryopreserved. I'm put into a coin.
And now you're worth shit. Welcome to crypto.
Well, I thought it'd be more valuable. Body parts, after all.
Oh my gosh.
But cryoserved in hopes of being revived in the future when science has advanced beyond what is capable of today. I think what was the one comedian from
Chris Rock.
No. He had big old bug eyes.
Adam Sandler.
No.
Richard Pryor, is that what you're trying to say? No.
He's a guy that talked like this. And he's like,
oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He froze his head.
I can't get no respect.
He can't get no respect. Yeah. What
Yeah.
is his name?
Rodney Dangerfield.
Rodney Dangerfield. I wanted to say Copperfield, and I didn't even go that way.
Danger Copperfield. Roger
He's
Copperpot.
a magician. Yeah, Chester Danger Copperpot.
Yeah, something like that.
But he froze his head.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Just his head? It seems like you might want more than that.
I wouldn't want that body if I was him.
I know,
either.
but I'm just going to give him my finger. Maybe they can bring me back to life from that later.
Maybe.
I just seems
That's
weird.
probably all I could afford. The minimum cost is $200,000 for a body.
That's not bad.
And $80,000 for the brain alone.
I think that's not that bad, to be honest with you.
Most of Alcor's almost 1,400 living members pay by making the company the beneficiary of life insurance policies equal to the cost. Oh, I'm just going to...
That sounds like a scam.
It does. Anyways. So if you really want to live long enough for science to bring you back to life, here you go.
It's a way to do it.
Scottsdale, Arizona.
Interesting.
It's funny, the hottest place in the freaking country
That's where we're
has a
gonna freeze you.
cryotherapy.
Yeah.
If anything happens,
Power goes out. It's all gone.
Yeah.
And like an
there's
instant.
going to be a thawed brain kicking around on the sidewalk.
You're going to be like frying on the sidewalk.
Yeah. So,
Interesting.
anyways,
Yeah.
I was like, that's crazy that they actually have a company doing that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or do they? Yeah, we froze it. Just throw it outside.
It's in our freezers.
It's like
Didn't you see them?
gelatin brain.
Yeah.
That's your son's brain right there.
They just got a bunch of ice cream in the freezer. That's all they got.
Yeah, they're just paying our bills.
I don't know.
I live in the studio. And
They're going to be dead.
they think that they have frozen family
What do they
members in
care?
here. Yeah.
So, Cameron, let's talk about dollar store prepping.
Let's do.
You know, I've seen a lot of videos around about this. And to be honest with you, every time I go into the dollar store, I kind of think about it.
I do too.
I don't
even
know
did
why.
that video that one day.
Yeah, you did.
I was
Didn't you?
walking around in there. I'm like, there's a lot of stuff in here that's useful.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about like what are the pros and the cons of using a store like this for prepping? What are the things that maybe you should look at purchasing there? What are the things that you should probably avoid?
Yeah. There's definitely both good and bad there.
Yeah, and
sure.
it's funny because some of these things, they could be good or bad.
Yeah.
It's hard to
or they're
decipher.
both.
Exactly. So I thought, well, let's start with what are the pros of using the dollar store to purchase preps as a prepper? Let's start with the very obvious
There's a Walmart. You got a dollar store.
You got a dollar store.
They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
Always.
Let's look at the price. I mean, it used to be just $1. Now it's all $1.25. Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
But it's very budget friendly. If you're a prepper that's either starting out or you're a prepper that just really is working on a tight budget, which is a lot of people. You know what I mean? This is a great way to start building up those preps. And even if you bought something once, every time you went there, you bought
That's the
one thing.
I thought that too.
You know what I mean?
You could pick up just one little piece of prepping gear.
Yeah, and it's $1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that just it's so simple.
That would be my
so
presidential
cheap.
campaign.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make dollar stores $1 again.
Yeah, no, freaking dude. Yeah, that's the thing.
People probably vote for you based on that alone.
It's funny because I used to go to our local dollar store once in a while to grab a drink because they were $1.
Yeah.
Right. And they actually sometimes they'd have like really good stuff.
They did.
I went in the other day with like $1.07 and I realized, oh gosh, I'm an idiot. I need like $1.28 or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's like when you're a kid and you buy penny candy and you
Yeah.
gotta pay tax. You're like, oh, what?
Forgot about the tax. But yeah, so it's really cheap, and that's a huge pro.
Yeah.
And like I just said, when you're getting started, and maybe you don't want to splurge on your 25-year shelf life, nutrient survival food, but you want to be prepared for maybe a 3 to 7 day emergency, this is a great way to start stocking up on some longer shelf life food, or maybe, higher price meds or first aid items are tough for you to do.
Exactly.
You can do stuff like that, or even like regular old cleaning supplies. We're going to talk about all those things that are available here.
Categories of where and what you can put in there. I think that's good.
And they have a wide variety of items. That's the cool thing about it. It's almost like going to a Walmart, but just like even cheaper stuff.
It's like
than
opening
Walmart.
your junk drawer. You're just like, I got all this stuff in here.
You got a whole bunch of stuff. Like, it is crazy the plethora of items they have. So they got water, they got seeds, they got rope. They got pretty much like everything.
It's a weird store.
Yeah, it is really weird. And sometimes, honestly, you can get really good deals on stuff. Like, you have to be careful and you have to watch what you're buying, but sometimes, like, oh my gosh, this is actually a really good deal, So that's definitely a pro. They have a lot of foods in cans, and
They do have a lot of
which
canned
is usually longer shelf life stuff, so that's kind of nice.
Alpo, it's good stuff.
Eat that right out the can.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've noticed this too, because it's only $1.25. It's usually smaller portioned food items, which are great for like emergency kits or bug out bags, or throwing in your truck, because it's just a smaller portion. It's really easy to just stick in a corner or stick in a bag, things like that. So that's kind of nice. And also, like, the last thing I have as a pro is sometimes if there is a rush on stores, something happens, there's an emergency, most likely Walmart and Target are going to be the first ones hit.
Yeah.
Or Kmart or whatever you got in your area. Does he even have Kmart anymore?
Is there even a Kmart anymore?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But the dollar store actually still may have inventory, because people don't think, I'm just going to go right to the dollar store to get my food. You know what I mean? They're going to go to the grocery store.
True.
They're going to go to Walmart. So it could be a great alternative in one of those emergencies.
Yeah. No, that's great.
Yeah.
So some of the cons, about everything is worth $1.25 at the dollar store.
Yeah.
You get what you pay for. So don't expect or rely on a lot of these items, of being your primary gear or whatever you buy from there.
It's true.
A lot of it's pretty cheap.
We're going to talk about maybe building some kits with this stuff.
Yeah.
But the caveat is, this is not like, you don't want to just take this out like as your inch kit and live forever. Yeah. Not a great idea.
I think some of those bags that you can buy pre-stocked are just dollar store bug out bags.
We've gotten several subscription boxes and like pre-made kits.
You just went to the dollar store.
Like, this is dollar store stuff, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe it. Yeah.
So you get what you pay for. Don't expect anything, you're not going to find a knife that's going to last the whole apocalypse.
You're not going to get a Tops Fieldcraft knife.
No.
There. It's not
you don't know what you're getting, to be honest.
Yeah.
So there, obviously, that's a huge con. The quality and longevity of that item or whatever is of concern. You just don't know. It could work great for a long time, or it could break the next day.
Yep.
Also, sometimes the amount per dollar, price per ounce, etc., isn't as good as it seems.
Yep.
You're just like, these are only $1.25. When in reality, if you bought something from the store, you're getting more per buck. You're paying $3 for 16 ounces versus $1 for
2 ounces.
What seems like you're like, that's a pretty good deal.
I've actually done that before.
Because a lot of stuff's like shrunk size wise. It just looks the same, has the same. Like, they didn't change the packaging at all. All it is shrunk down. And so you're like, this is a better deal. And it really isn't when you break down the cost.
Sometimes I've seen, so I actually bought some
drinks
toothpaste.
are a lot that way.
The drinks are. I bought some toothpaste there one day. And it was just like AIM or something, that cheap toothpaste. It was. I'm like, it's $1. I needed some toothpaste to throw it in. I went to Walmart the next day. The exact size, exact brand was 85 cents at Walmart. And I'm like,
you would not think
I got
that,
swindled.
Yeah.
And so you have to be aware of those things. It's not always going to be cheaper.
Right. It just seems like it, because everything's that same. You're like, everything's the same price, which is easier to shop, but it's not always the best deal.
It's always like every time you go in the store, how much is this? I always ask my kids. It's a joke, Yeah. It's $1. How much is that? How much you pay for that?
Joke
every single time.
But now they're throwing in the curveballs. You got like the $5 items in there.
Well, that depends on which dollar store you go to.
The dollar store by over here is starting to do that too.
Is it really? Because I know
$3. It says on the big old banner, $3 items.
I see. Because the other one used to. What's the one in
I don't know.
town called?
Yeah,
I've only been
that
there
one
like-
does. They had all kinds of different prices. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is just a normal store.
Well, yeah, you use dollars to pay for it, but it's not like they're not all a
They
dollar.
pay $1 entry fee.
That's so weird.
You're
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
The first time I went in that store, I'm like, why is this not
That
a dollar?
one
This is
didn't
not a
make
dollar
sense
store.
to me at all. I can't remember what that one is. Is
It's like
it a
Family Dollar?
Family Dollar? It is
What's
Family.
the one other one called?
Dollar
Dollar
Tree?
Tree. Okay.
Dollar Tree.
That's what it is.
Yeah. So yeah, but it's not always the best deal at this store that it
No.
seems like it is.
No.
The other thing is the lines and the checkout was very slow.
It's not, they don't get the
Every time
highest.
I go there, I'm like, oh, there's only 2 people. Grab one thing, I turn around, there's 16 people checking
Yeah.
out, and there's one cashier. I'm like, come on.
And this cashier has been shooting heroin all morning. Do you know what I mean? Usually,
Yeah.
it's you're kind of like, oh gosh, I
Yeah.
hope she can get through it.
yeah. Can I come help?
Do you need help? This button, just hit it.
Yeah. And so, it's
Yeah.
not the most
Not the
pleasant
high-class establishment.
experience
Yeah.
in a store. The other thing is communicable diseases are abundant in these stores. Like
true.
I've seen, you think the Walmart pictures and things you see online, like times that by 10 usually in these
gosh.
dollar stores. There's
Yeah.
like super sick kids. There's like a immigrant van that pulls up and they all jump out. Like it's just out of control sometimes. And there's risks
And
being
look,
inside
guys,
those
it's a
stores.
joke, by the way. Not everybody that works at Family Dollar is shooting heroin. I'm just telling you what I've seen at our local
Our local one's rough.
one. It
Yeah.
gets a little rough.
Yeah.
You know? I'm like,
There's like one cashier, a line of 16 people, and the other guy that could do cashier is tying a balloon for like 45 minutes. You're like, get over here and help.
come on, bro. Pull up your pants and get to the freaking cashier window.
He's just like putting the ribbon on
Yeah.
there for an hour and a half.
I always kind of feel like I got to keep my kids behind me a little
Me
bit
too.
in that store, like
Yeah.
running defense all the time.
So anyway, there's
Yeah.
risk going into these
There
dollars.
really is, yeah.
But there's some good stuff, so we'll
It
talk
really
about
is.
that.
I mean, and again, this is just a discussion. Is this a place worth getting stuff?
True.
Is it not? We don't know. We're just going to talk about stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all we do. So let's talk about some of the best supplies, the best possible supplies that you can get at one of these dollar stores. And we're going to start where we always start, and that is cool, clear, awesome water.
Oh, that's
We
awesome
freaking love water so much.
honestly, I bought quite a bit of water
Yeah.
from the dollar store.
Because water's water.
On the way out to the car, the strap breaks, and I've lost a few.
and it leaks out on the parking lot, and you fall down, and
And you see the dollar store.
yeah, now you got their dollars. It's great.
How about we settle for $1?
How about $1.25? Inflation and all.
Listen. We'll let you keep coming in for $1 if you just
Might be worth it.
Yeah, sure.
Honest with you. So water, obviously, is by far it's the most important prep you can have, and they have water at the dollar store.
Yeah, and it tastes
just
pretty
like
good.
water. Yeah, it's cool.
Some
It's-
water I don't like the taste of.
Yeah, it's true.
And theirs is good.
Yeah, so just look to add some of this stuff. What I really like is you can usually get those 6 packs of the bottles
Yeah,
for $1.
right.
Do you understand?
Sometimes they're in the box, so they're
Yeah.
easier to just keep stacked up.
It
So-
is.
so
It's
much-
pretty awesome. And I love those little 6-packs. They're not quite those like 24-pack ones that are kind of unruly. They're hard to move and they're heavy. And, these are these little 6-packs. And I love them because I can like put them in my truck, or I can put them in under my bed, or I can put them in, kits and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and take them to work. They're great little packs of water, and they're $1 or they're $1.25 these days, whatever it is.
you know what we mean.
You know what we mean. You're going to say dollar, but we mean $1.25.
Right.
Okay. So obviously this is a great
Every time you say it, they're like $1.25.
$1.25 these
Just
days.
keep mumbling under their breath. These guys.
Yeah. Someone should make a video of every time we say $1. It shows them going $1.25.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Thanks, Obama.
When was this out? 2 years ago? Yeah.
This is a great, obviously inexpensive way to build up those water preps. $1 at a time. $1 at a time. So many times you can actually find refillable water bottles pretty cheap
Yeah, you
there
can.
too.
Yep. My kids have
bug
like
out bags
100
and-
of them kicking around the house.
Oh yeah, they're all over. You can also get those water jugs, the gallon jugs, like you're
I think
talking
that's
about.
the one I was talking about. Those are in a box sometimes, so
Yeah.
they're nicer to store.
But yeah, you can't stack those if they're not in a box.
No.
They are horrible.
They are.
And after about a month, they start leaking.
Yeah, they do.
But it's water. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You got to have water. So,
Maybe store them in your bathtub. I don't know.
yeah, and they'll just leak right down the drain, back into the oceans. Okay?
Save the planet.
Yeah. Anyways, that's water.
Yeah.
You can get
Water's
water.
great. And the thing is, you're always reminded when you go in. It's always right in the front door where
Front
the
door.
sun's cooking it all day.
Yeah, that cheap China plastic. It's just
That
leaking.
BPA is just circulating in all that water.
It's great. Yeah. Love it.
But it does. It always reminds me when I go in. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, oh yeah, I should just grab some water on the way out. Anyway, the
Mm-hmm.
next item is like this is surprisingly pretty good here. This is probably one of the better categories in my opinion.
Sure.
The medical supplies that you can get from the dollar store. You got Percocet and Xanax up front from the cashier.
Lord Tab, she just slips you one.
Yeah, if you just ask her.
You got to wink
Be
just
like,
right.
Hey, I need some helium balloons.
I
And she'll
need
give
that
you a Percocet.
happy birthday balloon.
If you know what I
You
mean.
heard me?
But yeah, when I was there last time, I was looking at all the different supplies on the medical aisle, and they have some good stuff. Like
Yeah.
you can get bandages, Band-Aids, gauze, like a lot of the medical gear that you like cycle in or you just want to stock up on. This is a great place to do it.
I love the bandages and Band-Aids from there because they're so cheap and my kids go through them so fast.
They're not wearing them for more than
No.
5 minutes.
So like that stuff I don't mind.
It's perfect.
They're like
You
a
just blow
penny,
through it.
2 pennies
Yeah.
a piece.
And then when you
know?
get to work and you pull your shoe off and there's a Band-Aid stuck to your sock, you're like, hey, it's $1. Oh, man.
Yeah, you eat your turkey sandwich and there's a Band-Aid underneath the cheese. Perfect.
I got a funny story about a Band-Aid.
Do you?
At the end of the podcast.
Oh, at the end. Okay.
I'm not going to tell you guys.
Okay. Oh, you're not going to tell us?
Maybe.
Okay.
So, the other thing that they have is a lot of little simple medical tools like tweezers and latex gloves,
Yeah.
small packets of antibacterial ointment, things like that. That you're just, you know, it's a great place to stock up on a lot of these basic medical supplies. You know, you can go to Amazon and buy a lot of the stuff for sure, but you're going to be paying a little more, and the quality may even be worse. That's why I like it.
Sure.
And the packaging's pretty good too, and that's kind of a big deal for me with medical supplies. Like you don't want your stuff to be just like willy-nilly out there collecting all the nuclear fallout.
It's not great.
You want it to be packaged in plastic packaging and stuff like that. And they do a good job with this, with most of it. Like I think even some of their gauze are like individually packaged in like those little Ziploc bags, kind of like some of the. Anyway, so those are great. The other thing that you can get from them is like airborne tablets and vitamins.
Oh, yeah,
like
you can.
basic stuff that is name brand that you can just throw into a bug out bag or a medical kit or something like that.
Or you just eat it right there on the spot.
Just
So
stuff.
you don't come out with cancer or AIDS or something.
Probably a good idea. As you're coming in there, here's one airborne.
Just downing it as you go.
They should have it in one of those little 25-cent things.
Yeah, they should.
I'm out.
Like the free sample things at Costco. They just have that stuff there.
Seriously, a good idea.
Would you like to make it through your visit today?
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Put that on your tongue.
Yeah.
You can also get things that are considered, you know, they're not considered medical supplies, but are really good for people to have. I don't mention this enough. It's like when or in the middle of the SHTF, contact lenses and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
You're not going to be able to get that stuff. So if you don't have a good set of like reading glasses or prescription lenses, you can buy them there. They even have the prescription on the labeling. So
Interesting.
you could pick up some reading glasses. Also, sunglasses to protect your vision. They got tons of those. Half of them are scratched to pieces, but
again, it's
they're
a
there.
$1 pair of sunglasses.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's okay.
They have pill organizers, which are super nice. You can use them for maybe your daily pills that you need to stay alive, or they also are really good for vitamins and things like that for your kids and
Or
stuff.
bullets. I like to put bullets in mine.
It's a good idea. Tuesdays are always 22.
100%. 22's on Tuesdays. 22 Tuesdays. That's what I call
What
it.
are you going to get? I'm going to get you.
They call it Taco Tuesday. I call it 22 Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
22 Tuesday. They even have pregnancy tests. I don't know how much I trust them, but
Got to
they're there.
get 4 or 5 of them.
Yeah.
Just
Pee
to
on
make
them all. Pee on the box.
Just be all over the store. Everyone else does.
It's just freaking true. You know what? Just open the box and drop it on the floor.
I saw a guy
A
taking
few
a
of
dump
those-
in the corner one time.
A few
What's
of
the
them could
difference?
just be coming up.
So then we're going to get messages like, I work at the dollar store.
I own the franchise.
Yeah.
Super glue is really
Well, and there's always just like boxes everywhere. Have you noticed?
Yeah.
It's like they're always putting stuff out, but it's like all in the middle of the aisle. Always.
I know. It's true.
Come on.
They just leave it. You just restock. It's easier to restock when you just reach behind you and put it on
What
the
aisle's
shelf.
this in? It's in the big box pile. Just figure it out. It's in there.
You guys are out. No, we're not. Look behind you.
What? Whoa.
Oh, it's all right here. But and then you've got cold packs, lip balm, hydrogen peroxide, multiple uses for that. And they've got a lot of different tape. You got hypoallergenic tape. You got allergy tape. It's great.
Cassette tape?
Super, probably.
Probably.
Super glue and things like that can be used for closing wounds. And they have earplugs.
Oh,
all this stuff. Pill cutters and crushers.
Do they really?
Yeah. Sunscreen, another really good, important preventative thing. So anyways, I mean, there's a huge list of medical supplies and all of it's pretty decent.
You're not going to build like your SHTF surgery kit.
No, your
from the dollar
3-day,
store.
2-week pack of
Yeah.
medical supplies. This isn't going to work. But
No.
most basic things, and like you said, disposable or not as important supplies that your kids get into. I mean, make a decoy fac.
That's a good idea. It really is.
Because that is the first thing my kids dig into. They're always getting into like the medical kits. I'm like, get out and use the ones up in the cupboard.
I swear my kids are cutting themselves so they can go get a Band-Aid
I know.
or put some cream on it or something.
I doubt it's any psychological issue.
No.
It's not cutting. They just want a
They
Band-Aid.
just want a damn Band-Aid. Come on.
But so lots of good supplies that you can get for medical purposes and building a little basic kit or one for your kids' bags,
For sure. The next items that we're going to talk about are cleaning, sanitation, and hygiene supplies.
That no one that shops there uses. So that
they're
aisle's
always in
stocked up.
stock. Obviously, for SHTF and for every day, you got to keep things clean.
Yeah,
you got to keep it all clean. You got to keep it sanitized. You got to keep hygiene at the tip-top shape because otherwise you're dead. And we don't want to die. That's the whole point of what we're doing. We're trying to live. But there are a plethora of these types of supplies that you can find at the dollar store. Things like I already talked about, toothbrushes and toothpaste. I found a pack of 5 toothbrushes for $1.
Yeah.
Like, who's losing money here? I can't figure it out because how can you make a toothbrush for a nickel?
Yeah.
I don't know.
In all honesty, like a toothbrush is a toothbrush.
Right.
I'm not a dentist.
And
I hate them.
Toothpaste is toothpaste. You know what I mean? I don't need the $9 natural.
Heck no. I get the $1.25 lead
100%.
laced.
If it tastes good,
Aim.
that's all I care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But seriously, you can get that pack of 5 toothbrushes.
My gums are bleeding. You're doing it right.
Is it burn? You're clean. Yeah.
Kills all the bacteria and the enamel. You don't want any of it.
You won't have any teeth in 10 years, guarantee it. You don't have to worry about no dentist.
As he's cleaning the toilet bowl with it. Yeah, it's good toothpaste, right?
I gotta get them stains off the oil stains on the garage off with them. You know,
Just squirt a little toothpaste, scrub it in, rinse it off. It takes everything out.
it's all good. Sometimes if I don't want to shave, I'll just rub it on my face. It comes right off like Nair.
It works great. Don't use it as Destin. It burns.
That's a wrong place to use it, by the way. Different
Tried
hole.
it everywhere.
Use it in your face hole, not your butthole. That's what they say on the tube.
It's on the back of the tube.
Face hole, not butthole.
It's not even aim. It's like arm. Arm. Use on the face hole, not the ball.
Aim with 2 eyes or something, you know? Oh my gosh.
But 64 fluid ounces.
Yeah,
Big ones.
69 cents. It's just like old jet fuel or something that's gone bad. But
It just comes out like clear petroleum and then it hits into the color. Oh, there's color in
there
there.
it is. But literally, you can buy that pack of 5 toothbrushes, and you got a toothbrush for every bug out bag in your family.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Aim in, brother.
Aim in.
Aim in, brother.
in. I really do use AIM toothpaste
Yeah, I've used
I
AIM.
use it.
Yeah,
because I don't care.
I've used AIM a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's cheap.
Yeah,
it's at a dollar store.
It's a Target. You can get dental floss. Obviously, it's great to keep stuff from between your teeth, but it also has a lot of different survival uses. You can use for cordage, fishing, snares, tripwire, fire
Taking
tinder.
rings off of smash
Oh,
fingers.
that's right. Yeah, I mean,
Kinds of cool stuff.
yeah, and some they taste good. Just a little snack for your kids once in a while. Here's spearmint. Suck on this.
Just ball up a bunch of dental floss. Suck on that, chid. Children and kid, come on. Eat a little chid.
How many chids you got?
I don't know where I get this cross brain.
Mom, I'm hungry. Can I have some cinnamon dental floss?
Yeah, she cranked out like 3 chids.
Yeah. She ain't ever gonna stop having them chids. So dental floss is great for a snack, great for your teeth.
Yeah. That's
Chids
a good
love
one,
'em.
too.
Chids approved. Mouthwash, obviously, you can get that there. You just don't want to have nasty breath.
No.
It's not good. Deodorant, again, this is something that you could throw in a pack and have a little fun-sized deodorant, you know? They're never the big ones, but
Right.
usually the fun-sized stuff. Shampoo and conditioner, like, you could actually get really good deals on shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah.
They got that VO5 from 1972, and that stuff, that'll burn the freaking
Yeah, that's the
dandruff
one that's
off
like,
your face.
I think that's the one that's on the meme that's just like, it's like
Probably, huh?
truck oil, facial shaving, like 16 different uses.
Yeah, that stuff's great, man.
Yeah,
It smells like I smelled some of it the other day and I'm like, oh my gosh, it smells like grandpa back in the 80s. You know? So weird.
It's the same man. It's the same bottle from the 80s.
Yeah. You get diapers there, which
Yeah.
is crazy. If you got babies or chids, then you can put those on them.
They have
you know?
adult diapers there? I bet
Yeah,
you
they do have adult diapers.
Good.
Depends on the store.
Depends on it.
And then wipes, obviously, those are great all-around hygiene item.
Yeah.
Wipe stuff, man.
I
Feminine.
love wet wipes.
Yeah, you do. You're all about them.
All
Wet wipes and Lay's
so
chips.
many.
That's all you love. Those are your 2 favorite things.
That's like my whole basement, just full of Lay's, potato chips, and wet wipes.
Eat the chips,
Coke
wipe your
and
face,
macaroni.
Coke and macaroni. Feminine products. You know, this ain't your Kotex or your Tampax probably, but it's the B team, but it still does what it needs to do, especially in an emergency, right?
Yep.
It's emergency backup. Great to have that stuff. Soap and lotions.
Yeah.
I mean, this stuff, it's usually name brand stuff. It's just smaller. But again, check the price per ounce and make sure you're getting a deal, right? Razors and shaving cream, they always have that stuff there. Petroleum jelly, which has a million.
That's slime making supplies.
Oh, is it?
Kids love the shaving cream.
Oh, do they use that for slime?
To make like gack and stuff.
There you go. Petroleum jelly, obviously, has a billion uses. I don't even know. You can cook with it. You can clean with it. All those types of things.
Yeah, you can have a good time with it.
Have a good time with it. Cam knows.
I don't know.
Cam knows all about it. He was a chid once.
Yeah. Get that prostate exam done lickety split with that petroleum jelly.
Oh, I don't like you saying prostate exam and lickety in the same sentence. Okay.
Just what it is.
What it is. Bleach.
Blech.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I saw they got that in there.
You can use that for tons of different stuff. All-purpose disinfectant or cleaning spray. You can get tons of that stuff there. Again, we talked about toilet paper. Just be really careful because some of this is like see-through. Like you can look through it. You know, it's not great for
Plan on a poopy finger.
Yeah,
if you're going to be carrying this around.
Get the disinfectant and spray that your finger
Right.
afterwards. But paper towels, kind of the same thing. Dish soap and laundry soap, baking soda. You can even get brooms and mops and sometimes buckets.
Yeah.
Dang, I love a bucket. A good bucket's a great thing to have.
It really is.
You hold stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then rubber gloves.
Yeah.
What?
Get those and the toilet paper.
Oh, yeah. That fixes a problem.
Yeah, it does.
Just wash it off afterwards.
Yeah, it's like a plunger.
Yeah. What?
Same texture and everything.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Anyway.
Okay. Anyways, there you go. That's a great cleaning
You're going to
sanitation.
plunge your butthole with it.
I was going to say, seems like it might be
I'm
a
just saying,
problem.
like, you just wash it off and stick it right next to your toilet.
Oh, yeah, sure. Uh-huh.
The gloves just hang there.
Uh-huh.
Got a dirty.
I get it.
Plungers are disgusting, to be honest.
They really are.
You just have this poopy laden tool sitting next to your
Rubber
toilet.
tool, yeah.
You got the knife, you got rubber gloves, and plunger.
That's why you got to get the plunger that has the thing that it goes inside.
Yeah.
You know,
Still
so you don't
gross.
look at it.
No.
You don't have to look at it at least.
Yeah, you're sitting there Well, that's all dried up.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
Hope
man.
that don't happen to me.
Yeah. Okay. That was a good one.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Let's talk about bags. So garbage bags. There's so many types of bags there. There's gift bags. There's fun bags. There's all kinds of bags there.
Old bags.
Yep. There's tons. So many different types. But overall, the amount and quality aren't the best bang for your buck sometimes. Like we've said before, you can sometimes get a better deal buying bulk from like a different store.
Sure.
Costco or Cokesco.
Yeah. Love Cokesco.
But the thing is, like, you can get storage bags, vacuum storage bags. I didn't even know they had those, and I saw them the other day. I was like, oh, that's pretty nice. So if you're wanting to store things, keep them dry, they got them.
Cool.
The other thing is you got about 15 billion types of Ziploc bags.
Yeah, you can use those for so many different things.
You can separate all your pills because you're a druggie.
Bullets.
Yeah. You can just bring samples into your doctor's office.
Oh, yeah.
In that Ziploc bag.
That's right. You could do that.
See that all the time. It's
Urine
awesome.
samples.
Yeah. Or a piece of their body that fell off and they put in there.
Semen
I've seen
samples.
Like, I just blew out of my nose. You're like, oh my gosh.
This came out my ear last
It's
night.
like, I hate that.
Still wiggling
They're
around.
all squishing it around like it's one of those toys at like church that kids are searching around.
Like it's a stress ball.
Yeah. Open. Yeah.
Whoops, got some on my wrist.
But yeah, they have a ton of bags.
They do.
And we've talked about all the many uses. Garbage bags for sanitation purposes. You got garbage bags for keeping stuff dry. You got garbage bags you can wear. They got all kinds of stuff. But they got all the
build
different
shelters
sizes.
from them.
You can, yeah.
Man.
Yep. Do water catchment system with them. It's almost like a tarp.
Put trash in them.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah, they have scented ones and non-scented ones.
They do.
So,
Yeah.
pretty good deal. I did add into this category just because I didn't know where to put it.
Okay.
I put pet supplies in there.
That's actually a really good
They have
thing.
really
They actually have a
pet
good
stuff.
pet section.
They do. That's probably
Yeah.
one of the main reasons we go. They got pet snacks. They got leashes. They got food. They got pet care items like brushes, clippers. They sometimes have litter. I haven't seen it, but I think they might have eliminated that. But in the past, I know I bought it from them. I didn't see it at ours, so I don't know. Sometimes you can find those cheap little things. And that
Interesting.
cat litter can be used for so many things
Oh,
sanitation-wise, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Pet dishes. You got pads and poop scoops and litter boxes. And the other things, you got pet toys. So chew sticks and stuff like that. They have a really good amount of like different pet supplies that you can get there for way cheaper.
Yeah.
You can buy a chew stick from Petco for $45.
Did she say cheese steak?
Like a chew stick.
Oh, chew stick.
Yeah. A chew stick.
I never went and had lunch at Petco before.
Are these for humans or are these for the dog?
Is this a cheese steak or a chew stick?
Chew stick.
Okay.
Yeah. They're like a fortune over at PetSmart.
Oh, yeah.
And then you just buy one at the
Like
dollar store for
$9.
the exact same thing.
$9 is gone in 15 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, anyways, really good pet supplies and a lot of different types of bags that you can use for all kind. Like that's one of the other things that like I buy a lot of Ziploc bags and stuff from there. So anyway,
that.
it's good, and they come in like little tiny boxes, like you've said, you can throw it in another bag, or you can throw it in like a camper or something that you just want to have more portable and not have 14,000 bags in a box somewhere.
For sure. Yeah, I get that.
So.
This next one, never thought about doing this, but I found this on a list online, so I put it in anyways. Shower curtains.
Yeah, this is on several lists.
Yeah, which is, I don't often buy shower curtains.
I don't
for
either.
one thing.
I didn't even know they had them there.
And I usually wouldn't probably do it at the dollar store, but it's there, so let's talk about it. Sometimes you have to be careful because I've seen that some of them are not the highest quality shower curtains. They're basically like saran wrap with rings on them. Like, you know what I mean? So you got to make sure you find those thicker ones. But if you can get those thicker, nice ones there for $1, holy crap, you just won the friggin' lottery.
You did.
You won the shower curtain lottery. Because look, you can use those as shower curtains, obviously. Tablecloths.
Yeah.
You can use them as like a pandemic quarantine
Yeah, that's what's sweet about them.
item, makeshift shelters, nuclear or biological incident preps, obviously. Rolling up them dead bodies.
Yeah.
And also, pro tip, they can make a great light diffuser for filming interviews.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh.
So that's a trick that lots of old veterans use.
Yeah, I'll be doing that a lot.
Yeah, I figured. So anyways, shower curtains, that's the thing you can do.
Yeah,
Get.
they definitely have a lot of uses. Crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that and using them, but I'm like, maybe I'll go pick me some up on
Got
the
a
way home
couple,
today.
Yeah, keep them in the truck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The dollar store has a lot of different lighting options.
Yeah, and as long as you bring a ladder with you, you can take all the bulbs.
You might as well.
You might as well.
Half of them aren't working anyway.
Usually they're blinking in the corner.
They are. There's always one that's like...
Everything's like tinted yellow. I feel like there's a pandemic coming. And
You got jaundice. You got jaundice too.
This is weird. Yeah.
But they have, probably one of the biggest things is they have 1.5 billion candles.
That's a lot of candles.
Yeah. They got big ones and little ones.
Yeah, they do. They
got
really do.
Religious ones, non-religious ones.
Secular ones.
Yeah, smelly
religious
ones. They got black candles. They got white candles. They got all
Black
kinds of-
flame candles.
Yeah, they do.
Mm-hmm.
They seriously have so many candles, and that's one thing I think gets overlooked. We don't think about buying candles as a good lighting source. We have such good flashlights and stuff, but these are great. These are always an excellent fallback, and most of them will burn for like 4 hours or more. So they're a good thing to stock up on.
Yeah.
They have lots of little LED flameless candles too.
Yep, they do.
I mean, I don't know why you're buying those if you can just get a real candle that's going to give you more bang for your
Less
buck.
of a fire hazard.
But if you want to just stick them in things for kids to, in their room
Chids.
for chids, they have a lot of options that way.
Here's a candle and some dental floss.
You can't burn yourself.
Go crazy.
They have tons of glow sticks.
They do.
They last approximately 30 to 60 seconds.
Great.
Until they go out. But they have a ton of those, and that can kind of dual as some entertainment plus give you some lighting.
Yeah.
And so they have a huge supply of those different types. You can get them in a hatchet.
Ooh,
A
really?
little plastic hatchet.
Cool.
Anyway, they have tons of flashlights and light bulbs and LED bulbs and things like that. They even have a glowing flamingo.
Really?
Yeah, it just glows. I
Wow.
don't know what you do with that, but
I don't know.
the flashlights are something to be desired after you get one.
Yeah, for sure.
And the batteries are also something
Yes.
left to be desired. They don't give you much power for very long. But, if you just kids don't even care.
No.
You could just stick one of these in their hands and they feel like they could just conquer the world
Yeah, they
in
got
the
a
middle of the
lightsaber.
night.
They got a lightsaber.
So if that's all you want, they have a lot of selections of lights, little tiny ones and big ones.
Wow.
The other things, they got string lights, like Christmas lights.
Yeah.
Nothing says
true.
apocalypse like a bunch of Christmas lights hanging around your property.
It's exactly
It's
what
like,
you got to have.
And I have a generator and running Christmas lights. It looks like
Yep.
you've got it all figured out.
Campfire and
Or
cooking
you're
a
like
roast.
a hub for the whole community. It's like, everybody gather here.
Yeah.
We're going to plan
We're
some
going to
stuff.
put on a play, and then we're going to have a community of
that was
meeting.
one. What was the game that we always used to play in the city? The Division.
Oh, yeah,
Everywhere
yeah.
was like
Yeah.
Christmas lights
Christmas
strung
lights,
all over the place.
Yep.
And then the other thing is rubbing alcohol,
Mhm.
which can be used for cooking. It can be used for cleaning. It can be used to just like if you mix it, you can make napalm out of out of soap. But it's a good thing to just kind of burn, and it burns clean. So
Yeah.
anyways,
I like
those
that.
are some lighting options that you can get from your dollar store
I like
today.
Have you thought about starting your garden?
Never.
And what if you were at the dollar store when you had this thought?
Yeah.
Could you follow through with that? You probably could. Because a lot of times they have lots of gardening items at the dollar store. Now, look, you're probably not going to grow the prize-winning tomatoes with gardening stuff at the dollar store. But you could get that cheap survival garden started. Or maybe you just like, I don't know if I want to garden. Maybe I do. Let's just try.
True.
Let's just try. Because I do worry about seeds from the dollar store. I don't know
Yeah.
how good they are. But you could try it one year and see if it works. And if it does, then just keep stocking up on
What's it
them,
gonna
man.
hurt?
What's it gonna hurt? You're gonna lose $1.25. Who cares?
You're going to wait a whole season for them to not grow. I mean, what's it going to hurt?
Exactly. So you can get things like seeds. You can get gardening tools. You can get different types of containers, watering cans, planters, man, all this stuff. So it's worth a shot if that's something that you're looking for. And it's just so inexpensive that why not?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if that's something you're thinking about, something you can do at the dollar store. Get it, try it, see what happens. Let us know.
Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah.
How good it did.
Look at that girl thinking that somebody's going to chime in and say they grew the
I know.
world record-breaking pumpkin. Got it from the dollar store.
Yes, sir.
So cooking supplies, this is another huge one that my wife often goes shopping there for. But I like, it has so many different uses with all the stuff in the cooking aisle. You've got Tupperware, you've got basic cookware, you got utensils, plates, liners. You have storage bins and containers and more bags.
Jeez,
like that's the thing I like about like that aisle is like my favorites because it's like all these different individual little Tupperware things. They got all the different sizes.
Yeah.
And bottles and containers and things like that. It's great for storing food. It's great for organizing your gear, organizing your home, like all of your home goods down in your basement and things like that. So if you want just cooking supplies or organizational supplies, this is a great place to get them. And they're pretty good quality. I haven't had any problems with a lot of the Tupperware things there. They're not super cheap. The lids stay on. And a lot of our food right now, like cereals and stuff, are stored in dollar store Tupperware.
Wow.
I don't know if it's going to kill me from plastic toxins.
Still alive right now.
But anyway.
Cool.
So, yeah, it's a good place to get cooking supplies and stuff to cook.
Yeah.
It's
I like
great.
that. The next one is the one that I always look at. Like they always have like these little tools or gadgets, or not really gadgets, but just little items that could be used in a survival scenario or as a prepper. There's just so many.
It seems
little
like a
things.
survival store.
Yeah. But again, a huge caveat with this: some of this stuff is complete garbage. Some of it might not be. So you kind of have to decide per item what is worth getting at this type of store. So let's look at some of the things you can get there. One of those is zip ties. Man, you can get like 9,000 zip ties for $1.25. I don't know how well they work, but you can get them there. Okay, and even if they're not great, you can use 4 or 5 on one thing, and maybe it'll stay. You know what I mean? So you can think about that. They always have things like rope and twine.
We do.
I mean, twine is twine.
Twine is twine.
Twine is twine.
It'll hold everything up.
Yeah, really.
Ask a farmer.
Ask a farmer. So that's something you can get. And then they have like little tools like tape measures and things. Yeah, it's probably not going to last a long time, but it's $1.25. Who cares? Your kids are probably going to break it anyways.
Or lose it.
Tarps. I've found tarps at the dollar store
Really?
before. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
How cool is that? So if you can find a tarp, man, who cares if it's
You're
cheap?
done.
Yeah.
You've already won.
You've won life. Go put it on social media. You are the winner of life if you found a good tarp there. Safety goggles or glasses. Cam kind of already talked about some glasses, but sometimes you can actually find like safety goggles, and those are always great to have around.
Alchemy in your basement.
Yeah, and then safety pins.
Yeah.
Those are great for a lot of different things. We've talked about medical uses for those. Obviously, just everyday uses. Those are great to have. Sometimes you can find nails and screws, building supplies, duct tape, basic tools, those types of things. Again, huge caveat with that. Like, you're not going to find great tools there, but it will work in a pinch if you have to. Folding knives. Those, they are not great, but they are a folding knife. So
It's got a sharp blade on it.
Sometimes I saw safety cones there one time.
Really?
Yeah, how cool is that? They're little cheap ones, but like safety cones.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Soccer practice.
Soccer practice.
Or it'd be like, this is detour. Scavengers and looters go around.
Exactly. You gotta detour some traffic in the apocalypse. You've got your own safety cones.
It's good.
Sometimes they'll even have like those really, really cheap window and door alarms that run off of batteries.
Yeah.
Those aren't great, but again, if you're running on a budget and you're scared one night, hey, put those up. At least you'll be
First
alerted.
hour, you'll be good.
First hour, you're going to be fine. You can even find those like fake security cameras that you stick up on the,
I saw
on the ceiling.
those.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Like, yeah, it just blinks a little red light, right?
Yeah, it's an LED light and a cone. That's pretty much all it is. But
I consider all cameras fake. Just do whatever I want.
Yeah. You can get like window insulation kits.
Oh, yeah.
Carabiners, like razor knives, utility knives, padlocks.
Oh,
I mean, it's a lock, man. Bungee cords. I've gotten bungee cords at the dollar store a million times. They break, but they're bungee cords. Can openers. Those are obviously something you have to have as a prepper. And why not just get a couple more at the dollar store because they're $1?
Yeah.
And then plastic buckets. That was the last one in that area.
Yeah, they have such good like that. This is a great category.
Yeah.
Like all the little crap that you don't want to buy at Walmart. Entertainment. This is a good area to get stuff for you to do, for kids to do,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. They have books there. Like I bought one.
Did you really?
Yeah, it was like I don't remember it. It wasn't very good.
It's usually like out of print books that they couldn't sell anywhere else, so they come to the dollar store.
I
But
think it
again,
was like a time management one or something.
but again, like it's a book.
Yeah,
It's
for
a book.
dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Coloring books. They have
Mm-hmm.
a ton of activity books and coloring books in those dollar stores. You got markers and drawing pads and chalk and things like that to keep the kids busy.
The drawing pads, man, those are gold.
Yeah.
If you can find good ones there.
Simple toys, like maybe like having that stuff just for like awards and like giving kids like something
Award,
to like.
did you say?
Awards. You know, it's like
A
if you
war.
do this,
Yeah.
award. Yeah, you can get a Nerf gun there.
Yeah.
Awards.
Yeah.
You know, award them with things like hold some of this crappy stuff. They don't care. They're excited about it.
Yeah. Kids are dumb. They don't
They're
know.
super dumb.
Yeah.
Crafts. They have a ton of crafting supplies. I think that's half the store is crafting supplies.
It is.
And so that, definitely will occupy a kid's time for quite some time. And then you got puzzles. Tons of little puzzles. Kids' books, like not just the coloring, drawing pads and stuff like that. They have
But like reading books. Yeah.
and like educational books. Like you can teach 'em math.
You got the Bible there
Believe it or not.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Little small games. And then my favorite, they have slime.
Do they really?
A ton of slime.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Freaking way too much of it.
And
And
I
every
don't-
time my kids go there, they come back with
I don't know why they like slime so much. What do they
don't
do
either.
with it?
get it in the carpet.
Yeah, it's like I don't even know what the point of it is.
I don't either.
Whatever.
Feels cool.
Yeah.
And then it's dried out the next morning, like halfway in the carpet and in a sock. You're like,
Yeah.
what? Anyway, but there you go. That's the
I like that.
some of those. There's a lot of little entertainment stuff there. That's for sure. That's
For
where
sure.
my kids always go for their award when they clean up their rooms.
Mm-hmm.
This time of year, I want to tell you,
Okay.
is a huge risk of you going online shopping for that special toy for that special person.
Can you buy dollar store stuff online?
Huh?
Can
you can actually.
Can you?
You
See,
can
there
shop
you go.
online.
Awesome.
So, I wouldn't trust all these sites.
No, probably not.
Probably not even the dollar store one. And I know you probably know in some way, all of you have had cyber crimes affect you in some way.
Yeah.
Either it's been at your workplace or you in general or something more global in our country. It's there. It's going to happen. And there's a super good way to protect yourself. You get a Surfshark VPN and you just basically go online gray man, which is pretty crazy. This is the easiest one I've ever used. You basically just, once you sign up for it, you click, you pick a server, and you're good to go. And if it disconnects, you lose the internet too. So you don't think you're not unaware that you're surfing and shopping online unprotected.
Yep.
The thing is, their plan protects any device that connects to the internet. That's what's awesome. You don't have
Yeah.
it limited to 5 devices or 4 devices. And the other thing is, it's super affordable.
Yep.
Probably the most affordable for what you get. If you use our code Casual Preppers at surfshark.deals, then you will get 83% off 24 months plus 3 extra months. 27 months for less than $60. You're not going to find a better deal.
You won't. Guarantee it.
And it seriously works super well. The other thing is you get a benefit is you could use your connection to a server in France and watch whatever weird stuff they have on their TV stations.
It's probably super weird.
So you can
too.
watch, yeah, I'm sure it is.
croissant making shows.
But that's pretty
or
cool.
something.
It basically
Yeah.
puts you in that location or region so you can watch
It's like teleporting online, kind of.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And then when they try and trace it back, it goes through their server so it can't get to you. It's
Yeah.
the best way to protect yourself online. And especially when you're traveling, you're going to be using a lot of public Wi-Fi. I guarantee you that's a lot more risky than you think.
Yes.
And so use Surfshark. Go again to surfshark.deals. Use Casual Preppers and get 83% off of 2 years. That's insane.
It is an insane deal.
I actually need to renew mine
There you go.
because it's great. I love it.
So, Cameron, we talked about the stuff that you could be buying that might be a good deal, but maybe we need to talk about some of the things that aren't such a great deal, possibly, right?
And some of these we mentioned in the good deals.
We did. So that's why I said some of this is you kind of have to make that value judgment when you're buying them because I don't know, bro. One of those is medications and medicines. Because you can find that type of stuff at a dollar store.
You can.
They're usually no name, no brand, like very generic type stuff. But a lot of times those things come from like third world countries and they're not regulated like they should be. So you just kind of have to, I don't know.
I bought some and this was a couple weeks back, and I thought to myself, I'm like, who knows if it has any of those cancer agents that some of the name brands are getting pulled off the shelves for.
Yep, you just don't know. You
they
really
don't care.
They don't. But again, you could still buy it. I mean, it's probably going to be okay, but who knows, right? The same thing with like the vitamins, especially the stuff that is like no name, like generic.
Right.
It probably the price per pill isn't as good as you could get in bulk, probably at Walmart or Costco or something like that. So you just kind of have to look at that and take that with a grain of salt. I don't know why flashlights is in here, but it is.
I saw that. I don't know why it's in there.
I don't know how flashlights got in this. We'll talk about it
That's
anyways.
medical. You're looking eyeballs and stuff.
Cam talked about flashlights already. You get what you pay for. If it's $1.25 flashlight, you just bought $1.25 flashlight, okay? Yeah. So just understand that. In a disaster situation, is this something that you want to trust? Probably not, but as kind of like a throwaway, I'll just throw this in the truck, or I'll just throw this in the kid's room. Why not?
Yeah.
But it's
maybe
not
something you want to use and then save that, better flashlight battery for harder, darker times.
Harder, darker, crazier times. Yep. Yeah. So those are some things that think about that before you purchase them.
Other thing is like the food. They do have canned foods. They have some great deals, but their food is, for the most part, most of it's pretty terribly unhealthy.
Yeah, it is, man.
Like it's just crap food for the most part. You don't want to be spending a ton of money on those types of foods anyway. But the other thing is, again, like the can may look the same, have the same labeling, but you're not getting as much as you would if you paid a little bit more and bought like a case lot sale type of thing. So again, if you're there and you just want to add a few things, there's nothing wrong with that. No. And it's probably going to get used, and they have some good stuff there. But overall, you don't want to be basically getting all of your food from the dollar store.
Not great.
Other thing is like spices and things like that. They're pretty crummy. They don't taste like cinnamon. You think you get cumin and it's cinnamon. It's like
exactly.
It just doesn't have that strong of a taste. I would not rely on, seasoning your foods from stuff from the dollar store.
Well, and also, like they say, most of the time you could get a bigger one at a different store and actually get better.
That's a good thing to buy in bulk from a better store. For sure.
Exactly.
So, anyways, food. Again, it goes in both categories. There's some good things there, but I really wouldn't spend and put a lot of money towards like dollar store foods and items.
Yep. Electronics.
Oh my gosh.
This is the category you really got to be careful with. Sometimes they have like extension cords and they've got power strips there. Those things, do not purchase.
They come with the smoke detector.
Yeah,
it also doesn't.
They come already smoking, probably. There are actually a lot of reports that have you seen like those UL labels that they've been? They're like counterfeit a lot of times. Oh wow! And so you just have to be really careful with those, with the extension cords.
I believe that.
And the power
strips. The power strips feel super cheap.
Oh gosh, yeah, man. It costs them under $1 to make it, so you know what you're getting. Okay. And smoke detectors. Cam mentioned that. I mean, do you really want to protect your family in your home?
I can't believe they have those there
with a smoke detector. I haven't really seen them, but online I saw some. So that must be a thing. Look, anything electronic, it might work, but if it does, it's going to be very short term, very limited. And just remember, you bought $1 electronic item. So just be careful with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's so much of it there too. It's just like when you're checking out, you're like, oh, maybe I do want a credit card flashlight.
I know. It's like, do I need this?
That ain't going to last.
No.
Along with electronics, you can get a lot of batteries there.
Yeah.
And this is one thing I would not waste money on. For one, a lot of rechargeable batteries come in a lot of things now, which is good, but you always want to have a backup supply of like AAAs, AA's, C's and D's and stuff like that. I would not rely on these storing very long for one, or working for very long. So they definitely are not the thing I throw in my blackout kit. You don't want to expect that battery to give you light for more than 30 minutes.
I think the only time I would really consider purchasing batteries from there, if it's like a power outage or something and you didn't have batteries and you just had to have some. Yeah. You couldn't get them anywhere else. They're going to work.
Right.
They're just not going to work for a long time, or they're not going to last.
I have a 4-year-old and he has like a light up toy. Like
Exactly.
I'm like, I want that to die as
Yes.
fast as possible.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, it's broken.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what you can use them for.
We talk about lighters all the time, and every time I go there, I see all their lighters.
Mhm.
Like
They
right
have a
next,
ton.
you can have like a pack of like 10 lighters for $1. I'm like, what is happening?
I know.
This doesn't make any sense. But you have to realize that those aren't Bics. Those aren't even like the Scripto lighters. These things are made in North Korea by people who are eating one rabbit a week. You know what I mean? Like they aren't great quality. These things are super cheap. Sometimes actually I have seen like the little tiny mini Bics there.
I have too.
So if you see those might be worth it. But again, you'd probably be better off buying like a 3-pack of Bics at Walmart.
Yeah.
So just splurge for the extra $1 and get the stuff that's a lot better. I'm not going to say I've never bought those cheap lighters. I bought them before. But once you start using them, you're like, oh,
Yeah.
that's why. You know what I mean?
I bought one that I'm telling you, it was like a blowtorch. The flame
Yeah.
was like this tall,
Yeah.
and it lasted like 3 strikes.
Oh, and your thumb is on fire. Like literally the second you light that thing.
It just melts the little
Yeah.
roller.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they're not, and that's like one of the biggest things that people put.
Oh, yeah.
Was lighters, and
Mhm.
I would go with a better.
Yep.
Go with a better
Mhm.
one. Tools. There's a ton of tools there. They got screwdrivers.
We
they
talked
got-
about it. Yep.
They got pliers and wrenches. Most of them will break on their first use,
Mhm.
or down the road, and you don't want to lose a set of pliers. Maybe that's why you're buying them. You're just like, I don't care
guess.
if I leave them out in the dirt. But if you don't want to build a toolkit for fixing things and putting in your bug out vehicle from the dollar
I mean,
store.
I managed to break like nice tools.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
Seriously.
what would happen
Exactly.
with a $1 tool.
Yeah.
You know?
So like ratchets and things like that. I wouldn't use any of that or plan on that for your like main tool thing. Not at all. So if you don't have tools, go to a regular Home Depot or Lowe's and buy decent tools. Don't get them from here.
Or even like Harbor Freight. would be
Even
better.
Harbor Freight is a disposable tool place for me.
Yep,
I'm
it
like,
is.
I need this tool for a few uses, and I expect it to break. And its quality is 10 times better than the dollar
It
store.
is, yeah.
So
Yep.
it's usually like the dollar store ones crack me up too, because you start using it and all the chrome flakes off. You're
Yeah.
like, what is under here? It's just a
What is
piece of
this?
like soft lead.
Yeah, it's made out of pine or something.
Yeah.
What? Come on.
There's a wood wrench.
It's a wood wrench.
But yeah,
those
don't buy tools from the
Yeah.
dollar store.
So those are the things probably not to buy. We thought since we were doing this, let's do another hypothetical. Let's look at, could I build a bug out bag? And I was looking at bug out bags, so maybe we shouldn't say exactly bug out bag. Maybe it should be like a 72-hour kit slash bug out bag. You know what I mean? Those kind of things. And I was like, how about $20? What could I do?
78 hour. Remember I said
78 hour. That's right. That's what you said in one of those interviews. Yeah, say if you had like $20, I want something to get me through 3 days, emergency stuff. Could you do it? I think you probably could.
I think so too.
Let me tell you though, I wouldn't recommend doing this, but you can do it. So let's take a look at it. You could buy your water. You get a 6-pack of water. You're looking pretty dang good for 3 days almost. You're gonna get close. A lighter. We just said not to buy that, but you can. A lot of this stuff, obviously, we're gonna say don't buy it. But
you can use it. And
you
buy it.
can use it. A lighter. You could build yourself like a basic first aid. I've actually seen little mini first aid kits there. You know, like the little Johnson & Johnson ones that come in the plastic white thing. I've seen those at the dollar store before, and those
a good deal.
actually aren't bad. So you can get something like that. You could obviously get some basic cordage. And we talked about food, but one aspect of food I've found at the dollar store that actually usually isn't that bad of a deal is the little like packs of nuts or nut mixes or granola
That's true,
bars
they do
or
have a lot of
jerky, that kind of stuff. That isn't really bad. So you could add that into this kit. You could get a basic knife or razors, however you want to do it. Garbage bag. We talked about how many great things you can do with the garbage bag. Can opener, a tarp for shelter, and maybe if they didn't have a tarp, you could get the shower curtain. You know, why not?
It
They'll do
works
something like that.
Pretty much the same.
A matches or glow stick for, lighting. Basic hygiene items. We talked about that. A water bottle. Rain ponchos. I don't know why we didn't mention that up there, but I have seen rain ponchos.
It's garbage bags. All you need.
They're basically like a
That's
garbage
true.
bag.
They have
Yeah.
rain ponchos there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like the
crap.
really, really cheap ones with the that rip when you sneeze.
Yeah.
But they are a rain poncho. Extra socks. They always have socks there,
They do have extra socks.
so you could put some
My
extra
wife
socks.
actually bought some for Halloween
Yeah,
and
there
tore
you
them
go.
up.
There you go. Hats and gloves. They pretty much usually have that kind of stuff there too. insect repellent. You can get a flashlight. You can throw some batteries in there and put your dental floss in there.
That's great.
Right. You got to have a snack. And so, anyways, this is not going to be a great bug out bag. It's not going to be a great 72-hour kit, but it will be better than nothing.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really cheap.
Yeah, if you just can't make one,
Yeah.
or you can't afford to do a bigger one, there you go.
There you go.
Similar list, the EDC supplies. It's kind of an EDC store.
It kind of is.
Like it has a lot of those little everyday items that you use.
Ooh, that'd be a great store. I would go into the
an
EDC store.
Yeah, me too.
Just all EDC items.
That would be freaking cool. Man, that's a dream. That's like a toy store for an
I
adult.
want to go there. I want to go to there.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
No.
Okay?
Okay.
But there's a ton of good items that would work in an EDC kit. Again, maybe not a life-saving EDC kit.
Right.
Don't rely on it to get you out of a hostage situation. But
Yeah.
there is some really good stuff. Again, you could use a lighter from there because they're cheap. You can have 16 of them in a pack for $1.25.
Yeah. One of them's going to work at some point.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Combine them all into a big torch.
Oh, yeah. Dollar store
Something.
torch.
Something. Sharpies and pens.
You can put them together with some dental floss.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
The thing I do like is they have like those mini-sized like Sharpies.
Yeah, they
Like
do.
little shorties. Those are perfect to throw in a tiny pack or an everyday carry.
I like that, yeah.
And you can buy the knife. We talked about that.
Knife, don't trust it. That's
Yeah.
what it says.
Knife. Don't trust it.
Yeah.
But you could. If for some reason you don't have a pocket knife, you can get one there.
Better than not having a pocket knife.
Yeah. It's got a sharp edge that can do things.
Yeah.
So, again, medical supplies. You can buy all kinds of different easily portable medical supplies. The one thing I really like that they have there is they have little pill fobs, little aluminum ones. You just open them up and you can throw a few pills in and it's sealed tight.
And you can put it like on your keychain or something.
So you could put like, I don't know, nitrous oxide and a little nitrous tab.
That's all I need.
But you could put like aspirin or something in a little pill fob or whatever, and they're sealed tight. You can get a whole bunch of them, and you can put whatever you want in them all. But they also have like little tin cans that work well for EDC type kits, where you can kind of put like some sewing gear in there or other things, and keep it nice and tidy in a little tin can. Sewing kits and earplugs, organizing bags, like I said, pouches and stuff like that. You can get a flashlight, a little tiny pin-sized flashlight, laser pointer. I don't know, blind your
Gotta
enemies.
have a laser pointer.
There's always like 15 of those at the
There
checkout. Chapstick, a lot of uses other than just for your lips.
I don't know why I didn't put that in the bug out bag list because it's great for that.
This you could take and throw in your bug out bag.
Why not?
Waterproof liners, whether that be just a regular garbage bag type thing that you tuck into your EDC bag, or
Your
maybe you got
underwear.
a full shower curtain in your EDC bag.
Tuck into your underwear.
Yeah. Super glue, safety pins, again, glasses. Some of those have a prescription that will just start fires in the store.
That's a good
Like,
idea.
You start a fire with some of those.
Yeah.
Or you can carry a magnifying glass.
Magnifying glasses.
Magnifying glass.
Do have those, don't they? I've
Yeah.
seen those before.
Yeah. So
That's a nice little
there's
kit.
a lot of little EDC things that actually would work quite well. So
Yeah.
I think if you wanted to put something together from the dollar store, go
Why
right
not?
ahead.
Why
It's
not?
free country.
Yeah, do whatever you want. Vote for whoever you want, build a kit from wherever you want.
Exactly.
Don't matter. Well, that's it. That's dollar store prepping, guys.
Heck yeah, bro.
Anyways, we just kind of thought it was a fun thing to talk about. Not saying
Most
that,
of us go to a dollar store at some
Yeah.
point during the week or in the month. So
yeah, maybe it'll
throw a
cross
few things in there.
Maybe it'll cross your brain box next time you're in there. Like, oh, these guys talked about this.
There's
Maybe I should
water.
do it. There's-
Yeah, I remember mentioning that.
Yeah, I remember them thinking we should drink it.
You
I
come
don't
out
know.
with COVID.
Yeah, exactly. But guys, today's podcast, it's brought to you by Tacpak. It is the only monthly tactical subscription box with useful professional grade stuff inside. Use our code Casual Preppers, and you're going to get a free $70 machine-made part from Next Level Armament. $70. You
I keep
guys,
thinking you're going to say a machine gun.
I know, it'd be pretty rad though, huh?
That would be way sweet. They could probably do it.
Yeah.
I don't know how they find the way to put these things in
I don't know
there.
how they do it, but go to tacpak.com, use our code Casual Preppers, and you're going to get that stuff. So that's pretty cool. But since we're talking about subscription boxes, we have the latest battle box, and we're excited about it. This is mission 93.
Holy crap.
Oh my gosh, they're going
Almost
nuts.
100.
I know. The first item in the basic box is the X-Wax. All right, it's good for lots of different things, especially if you got an X.
That's a nice axe.
Yeah, X-Wax. And then we got the My Medic Hiker Medic Med Pack Med Pack Medic Med Hiker Med Pack Medic.
I do
Medic.
like this pack.
Yeah,
this
it's cool,
is a
huh?
good pack.
I actually do like it a lot too. I'm gonna put it in
Sunscreen,
my truck.
balm, gel, alcohol wipes, bandages, sting relief, electrolytes, whistle,
Yeah.
ibuprofen, Benadryl. That's awesome. And that was the only half of what's in there.
Oh, geez.
Half.
of it. Dang it. All right, then we got the 6-inch Uberleben Hexa Fire Starter.
No, that's a fire starter.
That's how you start a fire. It's a big beast. And then we go to the advanced box with the Uberleben Stainless Stoker Flat Pack Stove.
That's cool.
That is super cool. Got to have one of those. Everyone's got to have one of those.
Easy a little. I'm not going to do it right now.
No. And then we got the Mountain Bonded Sketch It. The Sketch It. Pretty cool.
Yeah, this thing is so friggin' heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy and hard.
Yeah.
Kobe said, twist it on your finger. You
Yeah.
got yourself a mount.
Exactly. And then we got a Pro Plus Knife of the Month, Holtzman's Guerrilla Survival, the Bloodline. Ooh.
Got blood on
It's a
it.
knife, yeah. So that's the latest battle box. Use our code Casual Preppers.
That's a good looking knife.
Yeah.
I like it.
And get your own battle box.
It's time for the quick and dirty medical tip.
All right. So, real quick. This is kind of an interesting one. Seasonal affective disorder. So, we're going into winter. A lot of people have a worsening of their unipolar depression or bipolar depression.
Yeah.
And even just healthy people that don't really think they have depression, it just worsens over the
Sure.
winter. There's even seasonal affective disorder for summer. I think I have that. Like
I do
middle
too,
of summer. I hate it.
Oh, I hate it too.
But there's things that you can do that not just going and getting a prescription, which is probably the most effective way of treating it. But
Yeah.
I thought this was pretty interesting because we've listened to some podcasts about light therapy and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
So bright light therapy actually showed most people either have improvement, like significant improvement or remission of their depression. About 65% of people, that's a lot.
That's a great.
So in that study, and it was a pretty good group size. So what are the therapies that you can do for seasonal affective disorder, which is depression during a certain type of season? Bright light therapy, and I'll talk about that a little more in detail. That's the one I wanted to focus on. And then there's antidepressants. Wellbutrin's one of the most common ones. And then there's dawn simulation, which is like, you've seen like hue lights where they can just turn on early in the morning, really dim, and then they slowly increase. It's like a gradual 250 lux of light over 90 minutes.
That's weird.
Yeah, super weird. And that's really low still.
Yeah.
And then there's psychotherapy. You could do, see a shrink. So
Yeah.
other things you can do to help with seasonal affective disorder, sleep hygiene. We always talk about that as being good anyway, all the time.
Yeah.
Daily walks outside, even on cloudy days, you're going to get more sun exposure, and it's helpful. Just the way your body works and the sensory, how it collects light, it's good for you. And that's sucky. It's cold. You don't want to be outside, but it's actually healthier to be out in it than to not go out at all.
Yeah.
Enhancing your indoor lighting, try to get a little bit more light all the time. And then vitamin D supplementation, and then fish oil. We've talked about the 1,000 milligrams of EPA at least once a day can really help with the depression. So on light therapy, on bright light therapy, 10,000 lux is what you're shooting for. And they have specific light boxes that'll do this. So lux and lumen aren't the same, which you know that. You're not going to get 10,000 lumen. You don't want that shining in your face.
Yeah.
So
Melt your
lux,
face off.
yeah, lux is a measure of how much light falls on a particular surface, whereas lumen is what it's putting it, like the production of light putting out. So 10,000 lux, 30 to 45 minutes every day, and they found the studies showed best results were around 7 a.m. So when you get up, they've tried it midday and they've tried it in the evening, and there was definitely quite a bit better result by doing this light exposure at 7 a.m. And the thing is, you can get a light box, you put it on a stand or above like your computer screen, and you can continue to do work, and you're just getting that light exposure for 30 to 45 minutes. It's really not that hard and has really good studies behind it. Bright light at middays, like 50,000 to 100,000 lux, if that gives you kind of a feel of what kind of light exposure you need.
Right.
A cloudy day is only like 1,000 to 5,000.
Wow.
Indoor lighting is only 500 lux.
Holy crap.
Which is crazy. That's so low. And then indoor home lighting, like this is more indoor office lighting was 500. Indoor home lighting is only 250. So you need a ton. So, and I looked on Google, I looked on Amazon, and to get a light box that'll put out 10,000 lux is like $30.
Oh, that's not bad at
So
all.
I'm going to try it this winter.
Yeah,
and
why not?
See if it doesn't just kind of help you not feel that cabin fever, horrible, depression that comes with winter dragging on. So anyway,
I like that.
Seasonal affective disorder. Seasons aren't going away in the apocalypse.
Nope.
They might change a little bit.
Keep on changing.
There's a good way to kind of combat the depression that comes along with it.
Cool. I like it.
All right, there you go.
Thanks, guys. That's all we've got today. Appreciate you guys listening. Please subscribe. Please make sure you've left us a 5-star review. We love those things. Make sure to check out all of our sponsors and send us to your friends, right, Cameron?
Yeah, specifically just come get us.
Yeah.
Take us over to your friend's house.
Send us on over. All right, guys. Thanks. Stay survived.